Welcome back, everyone, to Currents of War, our Midgehheim session taking place during the Fourth Goblin War, about 15 years before Wizard School Mysteries, and 17 years before the upcoming Midgehheim novel Maud and Morty. Look out for that. Probably sometime later this year,
Ooh.
possibly next, depending on how writing goes. Um, Sorry we weren't on the air last week. My throat was a bit sore, and I realized I was going to be doing Barbarant to this session, and the thought of doing that with a sore throat was scary. So throat feels a bit better today, so we're diving right in. Speaking of diving right in, hey everybody, there's a clock on the board.
Ooh.
Um, here is the sitch. Um, you need to make four successful checks. And the checks are as follows. I'm going to post them in the general chat.
Okay.
Um, a double dex check to run fast as fuck. A dex plus might check to keep your breath as you run fast as fuck. A dex plus insight check to find your way around while running fast as fuck. And finally, a d12 survival check to avoid random encounters while you run fast as fuck. 6 and above means you fight a monster, and each round you fight equals one failure. 1 means you get 2 successes. Um, the difficulty of each of these checks is 12. The goal of getting these 4 successes before four failures are racked up is to get to George Garson III and his troops before they fight the Tarrasque.
Okay.
If you fail, that fight will have occurred by the time you reach them. If you succeed,
Okay.
it will not have started by the time you reach them. Um, every time you fail a check, that goes on the clock, and that failure has to be undone with a success for you to try and win. If you get 4 failures in a row, you have completely failed and broken the clock, and we go to George Garson III after he has dealt with the Tarrasque. If you get 4 successes in a row, or like just if you get 4 on the board without them being canceled out by failures, then you beat him there. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
All right. If you happen to roll a crit on any of these checks, um, the automatic opportunity you're going to get from that is that it will count as 2 successes rather than 1. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to start us off?
Are
Uh,
these 4 checks for each of us, or we? Is it all of us are doing 4
That'll be
checks?
4 total. It's gonna be 4 total between the 5 of you. But if one of you gets a failure, that 1 success off the board.
Dex probably would be best doing the Dex plus Insight because I have a 8 Dex, 10 Insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My might's good, but my dex isn't that great. So.
Yeah. I'm good
have-
at Dex and Might. I have a D10 in both.
What would be involved with the survival check? Oh, just a D12. Right. Never mind.
Just roll d12. If it
I
gets
have
6 or above, you gotta fight a monster. But
For a
if you
second,
get
I
a
thought that
1,
was a.
it's
I
2
thought that was
successes.
saying a DC 12, but okay.
Nope.
So I have a 10 in both dexterity and insight.
Oh, you might be better then.
Okay, so
That said,
Is this
you got like it's we're doing this in a turn order. So you can't do 2 checks until everyone else has done a check.
okay?
okay.
And this doesn't count as group checks then either.
Nope.
Okay, all right. Do you want me to start off with the double dex? Everybody all right with that?
Um. Sure. I mean,
You said you have a 10 Dex? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do willpower. I've got a D10 in willpower.
I'll do Dex and Might.
I don't think any of them are.
no, it's a double dex, a dex and might, a dex and insight, and just a D12 survival check.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Someone has to roll just a random d12. Oh,
Okay,
damn.
Flavian.
Almost a
Almost
max
a crit. Fuck.
God damn.
We're running.
All right,
We're
that's
running.
one success on the board.
All right.
Flavian whips up an espresso for everyone.
All right. I'll roll Dex and Might if that's okay with everyone.
You got a pretty good might and a pretty good dex, so I trust you.
I have that song stuck in my head now.
Okay. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's get rolling.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 successes on the board.
Should I try the Dex Insight next?
Sure.
Yeah.
See
Go
no
for it.
reason why not.
No hunks, no hunks. 16.
Nice.
Okay.
3
Hey.
successes on the board.
And then we roll a survival check, just a random, just a d12. Do you
I
wanna
mean, you
do
can
that?
choose any of the checks you want to. You don't have to do a survival check.
Okay.
That one would be funny. I mean, we have 3 successes and no failures, so we kind of have the buffer. But that can go away quickly depending on how many rounds it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's just my dex is really low. What do you got, Art?
I have a D8 in Dex.
That's better than my d6.
What's your might or insight?
My might and
D8.
my might and insight are both at the 10. Actually, why am I at? Why is my might at d12? Hold on.
Did you get a buff?
buff?
Oh yeah, I did. I have a buff from something.
Yeah.
I think it was your
Dragon.
heroic. Was it your heroic?
I'll figure that out while we're rolling this. So
I do remember that going popping up to the 12. So
Okay.
it might be the equipment that I have.
Or a potion you got at some point.
One second.
D12 is a 50-50 chance.
The suspense is killing me. I hope it lasts.
Calm down, Asterion.
Okay.
So who's going?
I could roll the d12, but I wouldn't trust any of the other ones because it's mostly dex and might.
Oh, it's
I have a
D12.
d6, so if you would like to take those.
Sure. I can do a Dex
Give it
and
a-
Might.
Give it a stab, Art. We believe in you.
See how nimble those bones are.
Oh, that's a failure. We're down to 2 successes.
Oh, losing reduces successes?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Otherwise, winning would be a sure thing.
Yeah, we have to get.
Consistent.
You have to get to 4.
So do we have to start from the top again?
You've got 2 successes. You just got to get 2 more, and not fail 2 times between them.
But we all have to take
Oh.
a roll, huh?
Yeah, so it's
Yep.
your turn.
Son of a bitch.
Tense, isn't it?
Run. We're running.
I can almost guarantee you that if I roll that d12 survival check, we will have a fucking encounter. So
Do it.
Well, if you roll a 1, that means we get 2 successes, and that
Okay.
we win.
I'll roll it.
Ah!
Let's go!
That's actually funny. Okay.
shit!
I think
What?
Brogan just glares down whatever encounter we're going to have. Like, no, we're not doing this
He
today.
just barrels through them.
Fucking okay. You know what? That fucking earns a little victory music. Hot damn!
That's really fucking funny.
You
Yeah.
played the fucking odds and won. All right, so you have beaten the clock.
Woo.
All right. So you arrive in the village of Firmfield, which currently is filled to the fucking brim with various spike traps.
Yeah, it fucking is.
That's a
Y'all see
big
the map, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Where do we put our
like right down
Guy.
Oh, wherever you want. I would say probably somewhere around here-ish.
Okay.
At the limits of the actual houses and into the farms, where the vast majority of the spike traps are, and the great pits and things. You see George Garson III and 4 of his loyal knights preparing the ambush.
This is George Garston the Third, you said?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to be sure.
We're going to be using its own weight against it. Your job is to draw it out and towards the traps, not to go out and try and play hero. That's going to be my unfortunate part of the mission.
Well,
And as he's continuing to give them instructions on how to go about slaying the Tarrasque, you guys are here. What you gonna do about this?
what are we gonna do about this?
I could just start us off with a comment. I'm sorry, I have a very big hammer and everyone's looking like males.
It's been a little bit, so I kind of forgot what our own plan was too. We were rushing in because we, if I remember right, we started to be scared if he kills the Tarrasque that will be a public relations boon for the Bretonge. Right?
That,
very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
that
Also, it'll be
and-
dead.
Yeah, if it's the one that we like, also we want to determine if it's another one. Which, I don't know if the world can handle 2 of them. Or at least a single country can handle 2 of them. It's not enough food.
I don't think there's enough food in.
I mean, if it feels in character to throw a comment out.
I kind of want to see if it is the same Tarrasque. I'm on that. I'm
Yeah.
on that side of the boat.
Yeah, agreed.
Yes, because if it's not the same Tarrasque, it would be handy to have this up to deal with a second Tarrasque.
Oh, and if it is a second Tarrasque, we can go confront Barbarin while it's stopping the Bretonge. Eh. Look, tenses. Look, did anyone else hear that, or am I just? Lisa,
By the time this campaign ends, you're just gonna have a nervous tick
I'm gonna be.
whenever
I
some
know,
duck
this-
fucking quacks at you in the park.
Duck is looking around for the honking. She's.
You eventually do see, perched on top of one of the houses, a large black swan with the closest thing to a shit-eating grin that a creature with a bill instead of lips can have.
Knowing the ass, I'm surprised he doesn't have teeth. Eh.
He opens his bill and it's like the fucking Boy and the Heron, where the teeth just sort of
Oh, jeez.
drop down out.
Oh, why'd I say stuff? And Duck was just looks up at it. It's just. Does it look like he wants to talk?
Oh, he's looking. It looks like he wants to gloat.
Mm-hmm.
Your friend should have tied those ropes tighter.
Does anyone else hear that, or is it just Duck?
Oh, it's just you.
So you're saying that he's the one we know?
He smiles. I feel so bad for that little girl when she watches her friend die.
Hey, question.
Yeah?
Do we as the other party members see the giant black swan with teeth mouthing at our friend?
Yeah, I was going to ask if people see Duck.
Double insight check, DC 14.
Because Duck's just straight up talking to either a duck or to the swan or an empty space. She's not sure what you're going to see.
I'm going to say this, you do not hear this conversation.
With having been warned by Duck previously, do I get any bonus?
I'll give you a +2.
So Art gets the +2, so my roll is going
19.
to stay the same.
And that's with the +2.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
That is a 17 to see the swan.
All right, you do notice this big black swan sort of looking at Duck.
And
you briefly think about, swans and ducks. I feel like there's some sort of relation there.
Art's going to think back to the conversations previously had with Duck, and if you see a black swan on site, and Art goes, "Instinct hasn't betrayed me before."
Jesus.
I wasn't going to say anything, but this is what I was hoping would happen.
Okay, so as the swan is gloating, you do jump up and hit it with the axe. It screams horrifically, not like a bird, but like a person, and flutters back with blue blood gushing from a wound in its chest, and flies away, making a whole shitload of noise in the process. And alerting George Garson III and the Bretonch Knights to the presence of other people in Fernfield.
Krugen's just gonna very slowly turn and look at Art. Like, he doesn't say anything, he just turns and looks at you. It's very obvious that he's thinking, why the hell did you do that?
Points to Duck.
Cursed.
Points to Duck. Cursed. Told me to, if on site for swans, saw swan on site.
Well, specifically black swans, like that one. But nothing comes without drawback, so I think they know we're here.
Oi! Now's not the time to be hunting! You should have evacuated!
Okay, well...
Laven, you're up.
What are we supposed to tell him? What am I supposed to tell him?
Oh, I was just meaning using you to get closer to him. I don't know that I was going to wing it.
Yeah.
Subtly rethinks that phrase.
Well, I mean, think about like when we talked last time in the clearing. You're just coming to check up on your brother and see if you can help.
Okay. Hey, yeah. All right. I'll give it a shot.
Monter whispers to Grugan. Well, good thing he went on his own. I was about to toss him out there.
You say this as you're walking away so he doesn't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hello there,
I think
George Goston III.
And George III immediately rushes to your side. His 4 knights are initially unsure of what to do, but eventually follow their boss. What on earth are you doing here?
Well, yeah, we were, you see, kind of worried about how things were going to play out, so we wanted to make sure that you were, well prepared. Yeah. You got a lot of fortifications set up here.
Oh, yes. We did some scouting. We saw the creature lumbering its way. It's going to be a very interesting hunt. It's more similar to a Paluda than most other dragons, and really more like a behemoth hunt. Easy enough to adapt strategies. We've got all of these very large spikes, as you can see. We've also dug several pits and trenches and loosely covered them as sort of pitfall traps. The goal is to use the creature's own weight against it, get it to fall down and slam into the spikes, stabbing itself severely, eventually slowing that down so that I can climb up on top of the thing, find a nice good gap between the scales and its back, stab it down there, and then when it's immobilized, go to the head and finish it off.
Yeah, I see. That sounds like a pretty good plan. But I don't recall, we encountered it before and all, and I don't recall it doing this before, but, like, let's just say, for example, what if it could, like, breathe fire or something? What are you gonna do about that?
Easily enough. Large as it is, while fire breath is deadly, firstly, my armor is very well insulated with various magic charms against flame. But it's immediately a matter of me drawing its fire. Like all dragons, it will have a limited supply of incombustible venom. We can, worst case scenario, wear that down until it runs out of fire. Best case scenario, we avoid its fire long enough for it to trip enough times to damage itself, and then sink in the killing blow.
Yeah. And you've done things like this before, huh?
Oh, yes. Not often. Most of the dragons I slay are of a smaller sort, and I haven't dabbled that much in slaying other beasts. But I've done a bit. I've done my research, and I'm fairly certain this plan's going to succeed.
Yeah. Suppose when it does, who's gonna be taking all the credit for that, huh? Are you gonna just let good old Pops claim it all?
No, he wasn't here. Not that credit really matters that much, although certainly it will help towards the war effort if we show that we are here for the people of Bretance. I mean, the people of Frankane. Help us with our little sort of public relations problems we've been having.
He's thinking to himself, gee, I wonder why you're having public relation problems. It's not like you have 5 assholes wandering around the countryside telling people you suck.
With us further back, I think Art's gonna lean over to Duck and be like, "So, Duck, this is when you go sabotage the stuff."
I noticed Sarah dropped out of Appearance of War room.
Yeah, no, my computer got weird and it was a completely blank map, and I think I was trying to restart the Roll20.
Okay.
But it's not loading, so I'm just gonna reopen it on a whole new tab.
Jeez.
Okay.
Yeah, no, my screen completely froze. There's no issue with connection with the chat, but my mouse even froze and everything went blank for a second. And I was worried something was going to happen, but all it did was turn the map completely black, and now Roll20 is being weird. So, but yeah, you mean sabotaging the defenses?
Yeah. My thought process is we could blow them up, sure, but then it's, rogue forces attacked during the monster thing, and that's not that. But the amount of disgrace he'll face for not only wasting time on the war effort on a monster hunt, but a failed monster hunt will not only demoralize his men and the men of the army, but will also make him look like a complete fool in front of everybody else.
Yeah, the spikes
have a point.
Stuck into the ground enough to do damage that it wouldn't really work very well, would it? It's a good idea, Art.
Thank you.
I was thinking going up and maybe cutting some of the bindings, just fraying them a bit so that if it does smash into it, it just crumples.
Good idea.
Also, I think I might have to restart my whole computer.
We can pause if you need to. I don't want you to be without Roll20 for this.
Yeah, it's just the black loading screen for Roll20, and it's not letting me. Even if I try to open it up in a new tab. Right, BRB, sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
And while he's gone, DM, I just have a question that, with any of my military background, would I know that the trenches are probably just a delaying tactic to make it fall, and it won't actually stop it? They're mostly relying on it hitting the spikes.
Yeah, like from what he's describing and from what you can see, the trenches are basically there to like building a trench big enough to trap this thing entirely would probably take months. Whereas digging ones that could make it trip and get stuck like a gopher hole, that's significantly less labor intensive. It'd still take a while. So they're not things that are going to get this creature trapped forever. They're going to make it fall and stab itself on the various spikes around.
Okay, so taking out the spikes, we won't have to worry about the tripping hazards, basically. Hopefully. Uh-oh.
The computer's restarted and we'll load this time.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, we got you.
Yeah.
I will say the one big trouble you would have with this plan is that there are a lot of these spike traps.
Yeah.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 on screen.
Weird, it's not letting me connect to Roll20. I'm getting an error screen when I tried to launch the game. That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's the start of a Roll20 outage.
You hear him. I see your little guy.
Oh,
yeah, you're in now.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, it finally.
It just took a minute.
That was weird. It went to be like. Yeah, it literally went to an error screen, unable to connect to a server on Roll20, and I was like, what? And then I just backed out and relaunched it. I was like, okay, now it works.
Maybe it was just having a hiccup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well...
There's a lot of giant skeletons on these spikes. Worrisome.
Yeah.
That's just how it was, that's just how the assets are.
No, I know. As someone who is building also a village that has defenses, I also ran into that problem.
Yeah, like, sabotaging all of these might not work, but we can sabotage their plan of making it walk down to where most of them are. We can sabotage the ones that like are in a straight line, and then just make it run somehow.
Do we still have the slimes? Both the repellent and the just the normal slime that makes it pissed off?
I think you left those with the castle.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Because if we had those, we could pretty much choose where we wanted to go.
Yeah, if we could like sabotage like these in a straight line, you know, and then just make it barrel down this way, and all of the stuff just like collapses as it's running, that would wreck his entire plan.
Doesn't need to be sabotage the whole thing, just enough to make a breach.
We just have to piss it off a lot without him realizing that we're pissing it off on purpose.
So another girl has a connection with the Trask, but it recognizes her and likes her, right?
We're not actually clear on if it's completely reciprocated.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was a mutual bond or if she's just, the kid who imprinted on a wild animal. But
yeah, it hasn't been clearly established one way or another on that.
Yeah, because otherwise I was thinking maybe she could call to it, aim him.
Gamera style.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, she is essentially the kid in the Gamera movie.
Yeah. We could just have her go off screen and scream real loud and see what happens.
Gonna point its tort limbs and just start spitting, flying in the sky.
I know that's not going to happen, but it would make me really happy if it
did. I'm sure there's a magical turtle somewhere that does that, somewhere in Midgame.
Mm-hmm.
If not naturally, but probably created by a wizard somewhere. A wizard did it. So, anyways,
does that sound like a good plan to everybody?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do we have any way to make it happen?
That could go try to sneak off. She's kind of stealthy, but she, Art, you may notice she seems a little distracted considering what just happened. I mean, she'll give it a try though. If she can sneak off.
How would we go about having Duck disappear and sabotage some stuff?
Dex plus insight check sound fair?
For Duck?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And Flavian, since you've got the soldiers talking, you can also do a double willpower check to try and distract them and maybe lower the cost of this check for Duck.
Okay. Double willpower.
To, keep their attention. Yeah, that's a success. So you manage to distract them. Duck, you'll just have to beat a 10.
Okay.
All right. Well, off you go, you little sneaker.
Duck has multiple knives that she can just start sawing at some of the weakening him.
I'm gonna just let you have destroying this one. So you've destroyed one palisade. In a subtle way that won't be too immediately obvious. I'm gonna say if you want to do this again, we got to do this. Do both of these one more time. Flavian, the difficulty for keeping their attention is now going to be 12.
Oh, question. Well, this isn't like attacking because I do have a dagger with multi, but that probably wouldn't work.
No, not in this case.
Would I be able to aid Flavian to give him plus?
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, I'll allow that.
I think that only gives him a point, but
I could use a Fabula point for my bond with Duck.
Yeah.
And that would give a +3 since I have 3 for.
Well, there you go.
Was 15 the DC?
Right now for Flavian, the DC is 12. And that's to keep the DC for Duck at a 10. Next Palisade, the difficulty check is going to go higher again for Flavian's roll.
Oh, that I have 19 after spending. I already had.
Holy shit! You got some fabulous points.
Oh yeah, more than I do. Damn.
I can just start using those budgets.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't have to hoard these like ethers.
Another roll. DC is 14.
Flavian just dabbing about everything he can, asking all sorts of questions about the intricacies of the plan and everything.
And George Carson III looks a little bit more annoyed the longer this goes on, but also relenting in the sense that, like, fuck, he did ask to have a brother.
Grugan will pipe up every once in a while from the back.
Oh boy. Sorry. There's no set. Well, okay, I forgot. I can just spend a Fabula point to re-roll that. Okay.
Yeah, do that.
Oh, you could, being a merchant, just go into the humdrum of logistics of having an army.
I need to add one back. But that's neat. It subtracts it for you when you do that spend and declare.
Nice.
Okay. So I need to re-roll that because that was terrible.
So little by little, our character sheets become more valuable.
Critical success.
I mean, if it's a crit success, then that's an automatic success. All right.
Yeah, perfect.
Last one to complete the plan. 16.
Oh no.
And that will be the DC for Flavian to keep your DC at a 10, Duck. Otherwise, the DC for you will also be 16 to avoid.
Yeah, I'm gonna reroll with a Fabula point. Hey.
There you go. So now I roll again, and I got to get a 16.
Yep.
The limit of small talk.
Okay.
Want to invoke a bond?
Wait, isn't Grugan helping?
I can do an ongoing help if you want, and you just have like the +1. So that would
get you to the 16.
I could spend another Fabula point.
Okay.
I mean, that does get us more experience.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that got high enough.
You spend enough of them, and we might level up just because of you. So, last one for Duck.
Yep.
Oh no! I'm also going to invoke a bond. It's Flavian. It's just like
Working together.
Yeah. So that I do have a +3 with Flavian. So that would put me at a 10.
All right. You managed to sabotage the palisades without being noticed.
Duck was like just so worried she was gonna hear a swan honk.
There was a lot of clinching.
Did you just cut the rope, basically?
Yeah, she would have like cut it, frayed it, and like cut some of the pieces so that basically any
specifically in a way that, specifically in a way that like when something is falling on them, rather than standing straight and tall and pressing into it, they're gonna fall apart.
Okay.
Still might scratch him, but it's a fucking it's got a turtle shell on. They've got to be standing hard and straight to actually pierce it.
Yeah, better to be scratched than impaled.
These houses are going to disappear when it runs straight at us, but those guys were racist anyway.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll be right back. This cat wants food.
Ah. At least you didn't have to do the awkward small talk yourself the entire time.
Yep. Just talking about the logistics. Now, how do you know this lumber is the right lumber to use for these spears?
It's good wood. We've hardened it. We went it through with the fire to toughen it up. It's going to be fine. I appreciate the concern, but this is a very delicate operation, and I'd prefer not to see you get trampled.
I'd prefer not to get trampled either.
Yeah. So, why don't you evacuate or something?
Yeah, guys. Should we do that now? We checked in. The plan sounds pretty solid and all that. So I guess I was a little worried, but I guess you'll do all right and everything.
Yeah, he was just worried.
That sounds good, everybody.
He just met you. He doesn't want to lose you so soon.
Yeah.
Let's get out of their way. They know what they're doing.
Thank you.
Oh, we'll leave it to ya.
He nods and...
Is he happy that I said he knows what he's doing? He's fine. I feel a little bad.
He's more relieved that this weird interaction is finally over.
That's fair too.
Ooh, a winery. Well, it is called Fernfield, so.
Yeah.
Are you just in there splashing around in the wine?
I mean, she was hanging out in the well when the swan showed up.
Alright. So we should be, over here, behind this house. Or this one. So we can make the thing run this way.
Is it back?
Yeah,
I might have just been having fun. We don't know.
Yeah, so when things go haywire for their plan and all, we're just gonna watch, or?
I plan to just watch.
Yeah.
I plan to just watch unless if Barbarant himself shows up, and then I'm going to have my fun.
Yeah.
I have to introduce him to a friend. Gestures to the child.
Grugan will look at Flavian and go, "If it looks like he's going to be hurt, I'll run out and grab him. How's that?"
Martha looks on and is like, Are we sure that this is going to be enough to save him?
Should be.
Hey, Pooh.
Were there like siege weapons?
No. No, there were not. Probably because siege weapons would be at a significant disadvantage against a creature, against a monster like this.
All right, they only worked at the castle because they were strategically placed.
I'm really convinced in the first place their original plan was going to work.
And a castle can't like get up on its legs and try to smash you.
Right.
Can't say I was very convinced their original plan was even going to work, so doesn't seem like it'll work now, but I'm trying to think strategically if only there was some way we could swoop in, and claim the victory ourselves. Not only that, but maybe even sever things between father and son a little bit.
And if we swoop in after they fail to defeat it, and if we're able to peacefully stop it, if she's able to, that'll definitely be an even bigger embarrassment. I was able to accomplish peacefully what they couldn't do through force with what they're supposedly trained to do.
I think Martha can do it.
How's Martha feeling about this?
She's watching the entire scene right now with concern. Feeling a great deal of nervousness about her precious Tarrasque.
Yeah. I hope this works.
I have a terrible thought. Is Garston the Third ever hanging out by himself near the back, or does he look like Duck could sneak up on him?
Well, now that you guys have left, yeah, he is going back to preparing his men, waiting to see when the Tarrasque will arrive. Basically, he's aiming to be the main one leading it astray, with the men providing backup.
Oh god. Duck wants to sneak up because she wants not to steal something, but to plant something on him.
Okay.
So Duck just kind of disappears.
I'll give you that's gonna be a 14 sneak check.
What would that be? Double dex or dex insight?
Dex insight.
Yeah, man.
Man, I am stuffed up today, apparently.
I'm going to reroll that 10.
Okay.
Oh no. 7 plus 5, 12. Damn.
Monter is going to enact the bond to help Duck out. What do I click to do that, out of curiosity?
Well, Duck would have to invoke the bond.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I might have a... Let me check something, because Okay, I don't have a bond of annoyance with Garston the Third yet. So, yeah, would any of them work?
Do you have a bond with Martha at all?
Can you justify it to me?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have one with... Wait, do I have one with Martha yet? Martha? No. I do! But it's only a bond of affection. I would be one short still.
Oh, damn. That was a pickle.
Um,
I think in this case, what just happens is.
one short.
All right.
This is why you always bond with the child NPC.
Whoops. Okay. So you're approaching them, doing your best to be sneaky, not doing the worst job, but George III is just alert enough that he does eventually notice you coming before you manage to sneak up behind him. He's like, "Yes, companion of Flavian."
Yes, sorry to bother you. It's just, I think I might have something that can help. Well, maybe. And Dak will pull out the Bork bites from her inventory from long ago. And she's like, these were great for bait for hunting predators. It might be something useful.
George looks at you very suspiciously, nods to one of his soldiers who takes the Bork bites.
Well, at least they have it. Duck was going to try to hide it on him.
Thank you.
Sorry. Yes. They're very useful at keeping some of the wild beasts distracted as we're going along.
I am sure.
Good luck. Sorry, just thought that would have that thought. Good luck. And Duck
All right.
will try to slip away.
Do a double insight check of 12 as you leave.
Is that like a deception to...
It's a listening check.
Listening. Double... You said insight?
Yep.
Nope.
All right, you don't hear shit.
Shoot. Should I re-roll that with fabulous points, guys?
I mean, I would let you, but it's not up to me.
I mean, I'll allow you to do it.
Yeah. Not any better, Duck.
Oh, well.
Boo. I worried I fucked up.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Probably fine.
Anything else we want to do, or am I gonna have to get some shit going?
I don't know what else to do. I tried. Duck shows up looking disappointed.
Jurgen has crackers in his mouth. Chewing them loudly.
That hardtack rations is rough.
I shoved them in my mouth right as you were saying, does anybody else have anything to do? I'm like, fuck.
How it goes.
Just making sure that we're, I don't know if we're standing here, but he wants to make sure that we're not in a straight line path that this thing is going to be running, like, down. He wants us all to be as safe as possible. So he just wants to make sure that we're in a either a defensible position or a position that we can get the fuck out of here real quick. That was it for me.
All right. Any other last minute preparations?
Yeah, Duck will just kind of tell Art, goes, I may have tried to sneak up on him, failed, came up with a kind of shitty excuse. Don't know if they bought it. Just keep an eye out. Well, socket open.
Well,
I've got eyes. I don't think they're fully flesh eyes, but I've got eyes.
Oh yeah, you got the ghost lights.
Even if they're suspicious of you, they're gonna be more focused on the giant turtle thing, and their
damn it! I should have told them.
Failing.
I should have told them it was a gift from you, Flavian.
All right. Well, without any further ado.
Was really hoping I had some of the slime that sends it into a rage, so we could just like slap him on the back with it. Oh no!
Quentin Tarantino approved.
You hear the Tarrasque before it arrives. Its loud, horrific howl. It's the beating of its feet as it lumbers towards you all. The creature lumbers forward. Garston's men all prepare for its first attempt to trip. And immediately you see these 5 knights scatter as they try to lure the creature into their trap. And there definitely is a huge setback when when it starts going straight towards them, it falls and all of these spike traps fail, falling apart, leading George and his men to sort of scramble a bit, and try to lure it to some of the more distant traps. So it looks like you've bought a lot of time. You've gotten in this creature to get some good hits in, but the knight and his 4 squad members are undeterred. Martha looks increasingly worried as she watches them continue to scramble around the Tarrasque, even as palisade after palisade falls apart under its weight, and it starts to avoid the pit traps that it's already taken under. But you do notice there are a lot that you haven't gotten to yet. So, the question is, do you try to continue to go about your sabotage attempt? Or do you try to help the Tarrasque out more proactively?
Can your glamour change what you look like? Besides the noble and shit?
Storyteller, can it?
Yeah, I think originally you were glamored as soldiers.
How do you feel about being Barbarian for a bit?
I think he's taller than I am.
They don't know that.
And Duck does have actor training.
You do?
And then you can throw a comment at them and nobody will question it.
Oh boy. Alright, yeah. Hate Monsieur.
Yo.
This might be incredibly offensive, but do you mind if I write on your back?
Yo.
Make a show of it.
Let's get this over with.
Okay, so Duck will alter the glamour to look like Barbarin. I mean, she's a spellcaster. I guess she'd probably be able to do that anyways. So, and then hop onto Moncher's back. Oh boy.
Although, wait, before we do this, don't get too close because George Garston was able to see through glamours. So, hopefully, as long as you don't get too close, and your acting is good enough.
I was literally standing like 5 feet away from him. He saw right through that. Sorry, Flavin, he knows you hang out with goblins now.
He already knew that, to be fair.
He did say ally of Flavian.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, I guess Duck and Monsieur fly out.
Okay. I'm gonna pause the music for this fresh bullshit.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
Okay. And
Let's see this ploy. Tell me what you're going to do.
As tells Monsieur, it's like fly up high enough that they see us, but far enough away that the Tarrasque can't swat us.
Okay.
Duck does not feel good about. She may be named after a bird that can fly, but she can't fly.
Yep.
All of her experiences with Wirefowl go terribly. Or at least the one.
Oh God, yeah. So, God. And her best monster mage voice.
Remember, Barbarin is just a bad Mojo Jojo impression.
Yeah. God. Putting me on the spot here. Foolish soldiers from Batanche, you foolishly think you can deal with my monstrosities like this?
But Trask stops its rampaging and looks at you curiously.
Don't look at me. Squish him.
Don't look at me.
Oh, wait.
Don't look at me.
And the Trask starts obeying and trying to squish the knights more.
Well, I just realized, since the last time she encountered the Trask, she can now talk to monsters and dragons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Since she multi-classed into Chimerist. And so just, how are the soldiers taking it as I'm bowsering around, flying around? As we
the four Breton soldiers look nervous. George Garston III, however, looks pissed. You're the one responsible for making this monstrosity?
Of course, you think any stupid wizard could do this? Why, only my madness could come up with this. Just look at it. It's perfect.
You are a depraved soul. You are a depraved soul. An insult to the human race.
Thank you.
It was not a compliment.
Here, I have a. Here, let me return. I have a gift for you. I have a gift for you in return for that wonderful compliment.
Oh my God.
All right, except I'm aiming for the traps.
Okay, good. You managed to obliterate a huge section of the traps.
There goes most of my MP.
Making Garson III pause as he realizes that this is now becoming much, much harder to win.
Scurry back to your pathetic father, you nitwit.
Vatras looks at the fireball and looks at you.
And as Barbara will like gesture to the soldiers like, well?
And it starts trying to smack them. George III, dodges repeated attempts to be smacked. At one point tackles one of his men out of the way. Does the mental math. Screams an obscenity and shouts, "Retreat!" And the 5 would-be monster slayers.
And now, feeling in character, Duck is going to shout, "Yes, yes, flee, back to your, just get out of here." Duck
all right.
Like once their gun is like still on Monsieur, it's like, do you think I oversold it?
Nah, it's not overselling if it works.
And just partway through, it's like
Dragon Slayer runs off.
How naturally that felt.
The Trask lumbers through Fernfield, crushing houses beneath its feet as it looks up to you.
Ooh. And just oh. Uh-oh. Did Monsieur understand that too? Because he's a dragon?
No, Monterey cannot speak dragon.
Oh, that's right. And it goes, just whispers, just call me father. I'm not ready for kids.
What? I hope you're ready to adopt.
Oh boy.
Vatras continues to lumber towards you and then nuzzles you in Moncher with its huge lion head.
Oh. Yes. Good job. You scared them good. Here, just go out to that field and lay down, and I have someone who wants to meet you again. That good? Yes, just go wait. Be right back. Good job. Wait. Probably the first praise it's gotten from Berberant, Duck's realizing.
And the Trask lumbers off into the farmland and finds a good, nice and trampled section to lay down in.
Okay, Moncho, let's go back to the rest.
Alright.
Oh, I can't believe that shit worked.
Everybody gets good until you drop a comment on them.
I just want to say I had so many scenarios in mind for how this could go down, and none of the choices you guys have made were things that I thought
of. I mean, that's kind of the DM feel too.
That is the D&D experience, and I'm delighted. I'm just sitting here like, I didn't foresee any of this.
Well, I didn't want to give George Garson III any like propaganda possibilities. He fucked up. We didn't do anything.
The only worry is that we might have seen through both disguises when Duck was up close, and depending on if he can see through glamours far away, he would have seen Duck flying on Moncher, who he would probably recognize from the bridge because he saw through Moncher's human glamour.
That's possible, but
I hope I didn't remind the DM of that and give him rope to hang us with.
He's the only one that could, he's the one that would have to prove that, and it would be pretty hard.
You're seriously, I've never had problem with swans or geese, but after this game, I'm going to have like a...
You're going to have a tick.
Yeah.
TD likes to do that with ducks and swans, don't you?
It's become a motif, I suppose. All right. So Duck and Moncher return to the group.
Oh, good job, Duck.
You mean you could have done that the whole time?
Well, wait, which part?
All of this. Forget about it.
Grugan's gonna make sure that the soldiers are completely gone out of sight, and then he's gonna offer his hand to Martha and go, "Do you wanna go check up on your buddy?"
He's waiting for you, and so you know what? I could actually help you talk to him if you want. I can apparently understand him now.
All right. So.
Oh no, that might just encourage Martha to become a Chimera Slater just so she could talk with him.
You take the 5-year-old up to the Tarrasque.
Wait, nobody said that we were responsible adults.
Yeah, the most responsible adult thing we did was pass off the other M-named child to a responsible people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Duck's wondering if she should still be Barbarant or go back to Duck.
You should probably still be Barbarant.
Okay.
I'm gonna break DM code and just tell you flat out that you don't want to take off that glamour. That glamour's being very helpful to you right now.
Yeah. Oh, and as we're walking with Martha, he's like, "Here, you can toss this into his mouth." Hand her one of the pork bites.
The Tarrasque sits there, immense, and yet somehow, despite also having a turtle body, it manages to do a very good cat loaf.
From a distance, it probably just looks like a rocky hill.
Yeah. Its big serpentine yet furry tail, the kitty whip back and forth.
Just one of those flips could probably launch any one of us across the field.
Yes. It is, in fact, currently patting several parts of the field very flat. Hi, Martha says to the Tarrasque, which eyes her curiously.
And Barbara would go, "We brought your friend from across the lake."
Tarrasque looks at her, peers down, narrows its eyes, squints.
The one who brought you all the food on the beach.
The one who brings me food. Nice little snack.
He says he liked your snacks.
Grugan doesn't know what you're saying, so he can't refute that at all.
Tell him that I'm sorry he's hungry all the time.
Oh, that's not your fault. Don't worry about that. We're going to go try and get that fixed, aren't we? Barbara says, looking to everyone else.
Skeleton Man gives a thumbs up.
Well, I still want the Tarrasque to know that it doesn't have to be hungry all the time.
Oh, okay. So, Barbarant will look to the Tarrasque and go, "She wants you to know she is sorry that you were hungry all the time and wishes she could have fed you more."
Tarrasque nods. Not eat this one, then?
Asking about her?
Yes.
Like, oh no, definitely not. She is friend.
Friend.
These are all friends. Gesture to the group.
Oh boy.
Friends. The rest of you hear it give like a not like a huge lion roar, but like one of those big, slightly terrifying chuffs that lions do.
Oh, yeah, with how big it is, we feel that in our bones.
Was that a good sound, Duck?
It seems to like that it has friends now.
Okay, well, good.
And then a look of concern flashes on the Tarrasque's feline face, and it says, "Not friends like Stinky Friend. Right, Papa?"
Oh my god. Right.
No. Not like Stinky One.
Good friends.
Don't like Stinky Friend.
We are keeping you away from Stinky Friend and Stinky Friend away from you so that you two don't bother each other.
What? I see him again, I eat his face!
Yes. Pats it on the much larger claw. So, why did you come here?
Little bird breaks ropes. Let me go so I can wander. I look for food, and I smell cows and pigs and sheep. So I lumber to find and eat them.
So, out of character, I think Duck eventually, because it's going to be a big spell, might be able to use a chimeric ritual to maybe shrink this big guy down.
It's possible.
Because, shrinking it down to a more historically accurate Trask might be a good option. It's like, it's easier to defeat something elephant-sized than building-sized.
That is true.
Rituals?
Yeah, are we able to help with that kind of ritual?
Let me bring up.
So I have homebrew. I don't know if it's fully supported by the Fabulous system, but I feel it makes sense to me. I have made it so that if you're of different caster classes, so long as you can kind of see how both classes would have an effect on the spell, you can jointly work on a ritual together. Like, I feel like there's some things where, like, an Arcanist and a Chimerist working together would make sense.
My other idea was maybe entropic, because, that whole thing of, like, space compression, but...
Yeah, that would make sense to me, yeah.
Yeah, I can cast one spell. I'm not a caster class, though, so...
Yeah, but I think, like, materials, like, Flavian would probably... with his own project, would probably be able to help reduce the cost. And just gotta bring up their Sfegulpa.
Mm-hmm.
Because Chimerist rituals specifically mention manipulating monsters or creating monsters, even. Rituals.
Yeah, I would
Chimerism.
Say that would be an allowed use of ritual magic.
Yeah, because like Chimerism, it's enhanced your the basic thing. It's like see through the eyes of an owl, call the fury of a monster as examples. And entropism is like cause the decay of physical matter, twist the flow of time, teleport creatures or items, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritism, which Flavian recently is in, is sense the presence and feelings of creatures, put someone to sleep, embolden their heart. So I feel like that
I could see crossing Chimerism and Spiritism, or entropism and Spiritism, as a way to basically shrink and pacify the Tarrasque. Yeah.
So, like looking at the examples for like how much it would be for like the extreme for magic points and difficulty level. One of the examples they say is cause a week-long change in a creature or location. So it would have to be something really big to cause a permanent change in a massive creature like this. Because also, the magic points gets exponentially more depending on the area or size, because it's like 3 times the cost for a large, which is like a crowd, a small forest, an airship, or a galleon, or a giant creature. So, yeah, it would be like 150 MP spell for that.
At least. Yeah.
But then it goes on to say rituals as group checks. And like reducing the cost of a ritual, because it says spellcaster may provide an especially rare or powerful ingredient. Doing so will cut the MP cost in half.
Which we don't have at the moment.
But I was thinking, Flavian, you probably would have a project. We could probably whip up a project to do this. So it's just, I don't think this is a ritual that we could whip up on the spot. This would be something we would have to work towards, I think. But that's above game. Sorry, didn't mean to go on this whole tangent, but
no, this is a clever. It's a clever idea for a solution to the problem of the Tarrasque being way too fucking big.
Because I've had this before, because it's like, but looking at the cost of the things, it would require a lot of preparation and teamwork. And probably a lot of Fabula points, not gonna lie.
Well,
the difficulty level of accomplishing the ritual is also 16.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Gonna be needing to invoke some bonds there. Maybe getting some rating of Wizard's Tower or something. Like a certain Mad Mages. Monster Mage.
Yeah. I feel like that would make sense for the cost.
Well, you are Barbarant right now. You can tell the Tarrasque to wait somewhere for us.
Weren't we setting up like? Weren't they going to set up like some kind of a deal where the hunting lodge will like try to hunt food for it, and there will be like a tithe of farm animals for it?
No, we're thinking about possibly doing that, but that might be a hard sell.
Yeah.
A lot of people would ask, why are we feeding this giant monster that produces nothing of value for us?
Exactly. It's just, I don't know what to do about it currently.
I have the thought, but now I don't want to meta things, because Flavian's not right next to you, I don't think.
Oh, we all approached it, I think, right?
Yeah, you can.
I'm trying to think in character if Flavian would have.
Oh, I mean, if you're standing back, yeah, that's totally that totally makes sense. But Barbarant Duck was definitely trying to be like, look, all these people are your friends. Don't eat them or squish them.
Yeah, I think that Flavian would want to be included in that.
It's like
he's talking about me too. Me too.
Yeah, Flavian, come introduce yourself to our big friend, my son, my big boy.
So have you proposed the idea out loud, at least, to us about the ritual?
Could now, and just fast forward through an explanation of that.
Yeah. Seems like it's going to take a lot to get that thing to work, and that's going to be troublesome if this guy's running around while we're doing all that. Wait, he still thinks you're Barbarant right now.
Why, yes, of course I am.
Right, you're right, you're Barbarant. What if you told him, go back to that island where we first found him, and give him a password that he has to hear from Barbarant before he'll do anything again. If he doesn't hear that password from Barbarant, he knows that he's supposed to stay put. Stay put. Barbarant has to tell him the password. And
Okay,
hopefully,
I like this.
if the a real Barbarant shows up and tries to boss him around, he'll just not listen to him because he didn't give him the password, you know?
Yes, I could work with this. And putting Duck's acting lessons to work here. Duck goes to, my son, I have something important to tell you.
The Trask looks up as Martha is on top of its head, scratching, doing the thing where you scratch a cat between the ears. Only because she's a tiny little girl and it's a fucking kaiju. It's a bit more of a workout for her than it would be for a normal person.
Yeah, and she suddenly has a lot more elevation when it lifts its head.
They're both having fun of it, though.
Yeah, that's good. Well, at least I answered my own question about does it have a bond with Martha. It will once I'm done with it. But it was so the nasty little red things attacked you because they are trying to steal all of this around here, gesturing to the farmlands. They want it for themselves so they can't share it with anybody. We're dealing with them, but next time they'll come with more people and pointy things, just like that nasty castle. Do you remember?
No.
Now, go back. It would be best for now. I have plans. We're making something that will help you not be so hungry anymore. But it will take a little bit of time. And just so that they will leave you alone, please return to the island. But there is something else that is very mean that those little red nasty ones have done. They have made a copy of me. Now you must please, my son, my favorite, so much better than that stinky shell. Just please wait there for me until I return, but wait for a specific password. Pumpernickel. Then you'll know it's me.
Pumpernickel.
Oh my god, I love you.
Don't. If this copied Barbarant comes to you and does not know that word, you know it is not me. Do not listen to them.
I will eat them.
Doug's worried that might get it there, but it's like, do what you must, my son. I will return for you. And we will bring your friend again.
And then as it gets up, it stops, it looks between its eyebrows and sees Martha, and then it lowers to the ground, and with one of its dragon claws plucks her off its head and places her on the ground for patting her on the head. Oh, tiny friend, I have to go.
Your friend, and Martha, our big friend here has to go. He's going back to the island and the lake to be safe.
Oh. Well, I'll see you again.
And she says she will definitely meet you again. By the way, your friend's name is Martha. Friend Martha.
Somewhere Superman and Batman both look up.
No.
Yep.
I've been trying to
obliterated by a falling meteorite.
The rest of Krypton that followed.
The Trask lumbers off back to the island where it can wait safe and sound.
And once it's out of sight, Deck returns to normal. It's like, so it's friendly with all of you except me. Because I'm always going to have to be Barbarant around it.
I kind of can't believe that worked as well as that it did.
I don't know where that came from.
I was just hoping to fool the Breton soldiers.
Those acting classes worked. Maybe I should just retire and get into theater. I mean, with the glamour, I have my own costume department.
Be in theater, steal money from the rich patrons.
Oh, I mean, you should see some of the theater productions in Fairyland. They go all out. Fairyland loves the theater.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I hope I'm not making stuff up, TT. That just feels like very appropriate.
That is very accurate.
I'm just straight up thinking Midsummer's Night.
No, they would absolutely love them. I mean, to be fair, right now, live performance is like the dominant form of media in this sort of setting. So theater, poetry readings, tavern singers, wandering minstrels, like that is the main form of entertainment. You do not have movie theaters. You don't even really have like novels, even though this is a world with a magic printing press. Books aren't still mass produced enough where like novels are a thing. So the main form of entertainment would be live performance of all sorts, including particularly theater.
I'm sorry, I just imagined somewhere in Midgahheim there's a goblin minstrel with a banjo who's married to an orc wife.
Yeah, there is now.
Kermit and Miss Piggy.
There is now.
Well, I'm gonna have to draw that later.
I mean, you already drew the grandma orc looking like Miss Piggy, or like Grandma Piggy.
Oh god, they're. Okay, well, we should get out of here before the Breton soldiers come back. I don't want them to get...
Oh, before we go.
Yeah?
Points to the winery. I think that's a winery. Let's take a barrel or two.
I suppose you do deserve some wine after that.
Well, also, we can just say the Bretonche looted it when they were here.
That's true, too.
They're probably going to do that anyways. I mean, it's French wine.
Okay, I'll help him roll a barrel onto our...
And some of the people in town were pretty racist.
They were pretty racist.
And as we're like rolling it out, Duck is like, it's also a good as a bribe. Especially in Lutetia. You don't know how many times a good bottle of wine would smooth things over if you needed to get somewhere you shouldn't.
Okay. You got a nice barrel of wine.
I'm gonna leave everything else because it's just a pack of farmers. This is all they have, even if they are racist.
So you have dealt with the obstacles in Fernfield, and now it's time to head on over to Barbarant.
Duck's just thinking as they get back on the road, is like, should I be Barbarant when we confront him? That might just make things worse, but it would be really funny. Because if I was able to convince the Tarrasque I was him, and he sends other monsters at us, it might be enough to like confuse them enough.
Yeah, that's up to you, I think, Zero.
No, Duck's like questioning this to everyone else. She's just like, I kind of want to do it, but I also don't want to do it because that could backfire real bad. They'll put a bullseye on me.
Grugan will share a look with Arthur like, I mean, if the rest of his creations are, and he's trying to,
gullible?
he's trying to think of a gentle word to use for dim-witted idiot.
Yeah, something that Duck will just suggest. Gullible?
Gullible is the Tarrasque. Maybe it might actually help.
Okay.
Although that's up to you. I don't know if you want to look like that all the time.
No, but it was really funny. At least in hindsight. In the moment, I was terrified because I was worried that it being a cat, it would just sniff me and be like, "You're not Dad," and eat us out of the air. Sorry to endanger you like that much here.
You're fine.
Thanks for helping, though. That really sold it.
Yeah, because I don't think the soldiers would have respected a wizard just running around the dirt.
Also, they probably could have gotten you easy.
Yeah, that too.
And it would be suspicious. Why is a wizard, staying on the ground instead of, flying to show that magic superiority?
Mm-hmm. And he's a monster magician, so maybe he made a dragon. Or enslaved one, that kind of thing. Sorry, that was just idle musings as we were, going along.
All right. Eventually you do get through the fields of Fernfield, and find the I remember my name right? Yep. The Mastiff Mountains, these great big black, sharp, jagged mountains, in Amoragal. And two of them are, broken at the top with liquid hot magma bubbling beneath their calderas. And nestled between them is an ominous black fortress, the fortress of the monster magician Barbarent. As you approach the doors, you hear a voice boom out, "Who dares approach the fortress of Barbarent the monster magician?"
Pizza.
Candygram.
Candygram. And the door's open.
Like, Doc looks to Grugan. That's like an old joke back in Fairyland. I didn't think that would work.
Let's just take advantage of it.
Huh?
I also do have candy in my pocket, just in case.
Oh, this is a Donkey Kong level.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I admittedly, I was looking things up to sort of, get what I wanted here. And I was like, I want something that has like a Bowser's Castle vibe, and I found a map that worked really well with some modifications.
This is a Bowser's Castle map.
All right, so you enter this fortress, and like it's this sort of almost maze of platforms, except for the fact that there's not really like high enough like railings or walls to keep you from seeing where you're going. This winding series of platforms over essentially molten metal, like just I mean, it's lava, but like slag essentially, running about on the floor. And at the topmost, part of the area is none other than Barbarent, the monster magician. As you enter, says, "Who has sent me a delicious candygram?"
Who is it from again?
What was that?
Who is it from again? Like he's like trying to remember, but he's like, "Fuck, give me a fucking name."
Oh, what? God, what's the name of the Earl?
Earl, Marion Blush?
No, Duck's Earl.
She's a duchess. Oh, fuck.
Earl Signate. Hold on, I'll just go back to our chat.
Hrothgar, I think it's Hrothgar. No, it's not Hrothgar. Rothbart?
Yeah, Rothbart.
Yeah.
Straight from Earl Rothbart of Fairyland. That just shrugs.
Fairy candy, no thank you. You can leave now. Hey!
Oh,
Martha steps forward. We gotta have a talk about how you treat the creatures you make. Who is this Sassy lost child.
You fuck.
You've been waiting for that one, haven't you? You're just over there rubbing your hands together like, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes.
God, I wouldn't be surprised if this whole setup was for that.
Do you realize how bad it is for your Tarrasque out there? No. I understand what's going on now. No, I am not falling for this. No. I can't hear you. Hey, you've got to listen to me. No, I don't.
Well, we're going to do this the hard way then. All right.
I can't believe he's not listening to me.
I've already adopted the Tarrasque against your will.
I'm not listening to you.
We'll have to get up to him and make him listen to you.
Uh-huh. We're gonna have to sit on his
And
hands.
Martha starts booking towards him.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Put a leash on that child.
That's not it. That's not the way.
God damn, Martha, why are you so fast? Fuck it, Jesus.
She's a 5-year-old. And then she's about to hit the stairs. The stairs go completely slack, and Barbara laughs. Foolish child and guardians! None shall get to Barbara before they face.
Moncher grabs Martha and flies her up to him.
Oh.
Shit, no, you can fly!
Yes. Yes, I can.
I was waiting for
as you're flying the 5-year-old up, this massive, horrifying amalgamation of dragon and snail lumbers forward, opening its horrible sphincter-like lower jaw to release a whole bunch of tentacled tongues. Its eye stalks watching wildly as it slowly creeps towards you.
Moncher looks at it and just goes, "No! Slug." We are having a talk with your father. You can...
And the slug dejectedly hangs its head.
Duck. Yeah, Duck's... Oh, God. Duck is gonna duck behind Grugan, turn into Barbara, and pop out going, "Yes, my son, we must talk with this imposter," points up at the other.
Oh, wait, what the hell?
Oh, God.
Martha points at Karkolgon and is like, "You stop! Don't be naughty!" And the snail monster looks at her and looks at the fake Barbara and looks at the real Barbara and is like,
with Duck here.
It's the fucking best thing.
Yeah, you hear it saying, "I don't know what to do here." Child seems really upset. I don't care what the child thinks. Well, that seems rude.
Well, you should definitely care what she thinks, you imposter. Go on, dear. She, gently gestures to Martha.
Should I listen to top Barbarin or bottom Barbarin? I'm really confused. Damn it, I'm the real Barbarin. Stop! Get the child away from me. They were gonna have a talk of me. No, you're not.
How can you tell me? Look at how shabby that one's cape is. I mean, come on.
Don't make me hurt. Don't hurt a child.
Would the real Barbara hurt the child?
He's starving. I don't want to hear this.
DT, I think we're going to
child's
at the...
Oh my God, it's fine.
That guy's really laying into him.
Oh God.
Karkolgon looks at you, fake Barbara, and is like, what that fake Barbara do to piss her off so bad?
She was mean to your, or he was bullying and manipulating, misleading your poor brother from the lake.
And you.
And you.
The little furry guy with the spikes on the back?
Yes.
Oh, I love him. He's so small.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
you should be mean to that little guy. He's nice.
You could also be talking about the hunting beast, who is also a little furry guy with quills on the back.
I think he is talking about the hunting beast, to be fair.
I'm getting yelled at from both directions. Gok, shut up! Well, that's just rude.
See what the real.
He has no respect for you.
Yeah, that's not the way I'd like you to be. I kind of like this one better. Oh my god! At this point, Martha is just like fully got her 2 feet planted on Barbaran's chest. She's like scaling him by his beard and looking to his face and shouting about all the ways the poor Tarrasque is starving and sad and how awful it is to make this poor creature in Barbaran. You slowly see, as he's forced to listen to his 5-year-old shout at him and remind him how horrible he is and the consequence of his actions. You just see like all of his resolve and bravado melt away in a fucking Grinch moment. Like, no, stop it! You're making me feel.
This is what happens to bad wizards. You get the shame child.
No! He starts pounding in the ground. It's like, and he's hungry. Every day he's crying out for food, and there's not enough for him. Why'd you make him so big? I wanted to destroy things. Why would you want to destroy things? Because I didn't appreciate my monsters. And that's how you appreciate your monsters? You make them sad? No!
He also immediately left the Tarrasque when it was in trouble to make another Tarrasque.
You should make a Tarrasque to beat your own butt because you're being mean to monsters. I never be mean to monsters. I love monsters. Then why'd you make it so sad? Oh my god!
I think this is the worst.
Oh god, looks at this. He's like, I don't know if this is really warranted, but I gotta say, I'm also not super happy being in here. It's really warm, and I need moisture.
Oh yes, please go back to where you're most comfortable.
I don't know. The big guy beat the shit out of me when I lived there. Oh shit, there's a kid here. I shouldn't say shit.
Oh, we did talk to the big guy too. We're working out how to make sure the two of you don't have to tussle anymore.
Oh, that'd be good. What do you want from me? I want you to apologize. I want you to stop making monsters just so they suffer. That's not what I'm doing. That's exactly what you're doing. Is that exactly what I've been doing?
Yes.
Just ask your hats.
My heart is going 3 sizes.
Make sure you don't have a heart attack. That's actually really, really dangerous.
We gotta find a way to fix it. We gotta find a way so the Tarrasque gets enough to eat and he doesn't have to fight people and get hurt. There was a mean guy with armor and he was gonna kill the Tarrasque. He was gonna kill my baby? My baby boy?
Yes. The Goblin Slayer army led by Dragon Slayers, and you have a dragon you manipulated my poor Dragon Chimera boy into their crosshairs.
My boy. I'm killing my boy.
God, Dracula moment.
Stops. He cries. He's like, damn it. How didn't I foresee this? So many wizards have been felled by a sassy child. One thing I didn't prepare for. Fine, damn it all! I'll call off my creations. And think of some way to make them happier. Like a true monster magician should have done all along. Well, good. So I'm sick of seeing a big fluffy monster unhappy, and I don't like how unhappy this one seems to be. Oh, thank you.
And you really should have taught the hunting beast what, hunting and playing the differences, because they were sending professional monster hunters to kill him. He's safe now and actually working with them now, but you didn't explain everything to him. He nearly got himself killed.
Oh, I've been a bad dad. And as Barbara starts to cry, Martha goes from righteous anger to sympathy, and she pats him on the shoulder and is like, well, it's not too late to do it right.
Jack will walk behind Grugan again and come out normal, just hoping they don't notice the disappearance of the second Barbara.
Her Colgon does a double take and is like, oh, the good Barbarant merged with the bad Barbarant. I see.
And Duck will just chime up, oh, yeah, you know how it is with wizards. It's always so confusing, right?
That is true. Wizards are really fucking weird. It's not even a lie.
I'm not even, above game. Would not be surprised if that could happen. Like, a wizard has, a dichotomy break and just splits themselves.
Yeah, it definitely has happened. I'm fairly certain there's some folklore where that shit is the case.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a folklore precedent, then it can happen in Midgard. In a fashion.
A powerful wizard being defeated by a sassy child?
Mm-hmm. So many powerful wizards defeated by sassy children.
Can we climb the stairs? I was gonna say, can we climb the stairs now, or is it still just?
Yeah, they returned to stair form. Barbara hangs his head low, defeated by the power of a child talking sense to a madman.
So are you set on trying to help fix your children so they don't suffer as much? Because we have ideas.
Nods his head. Yes.
We have ideas that might help.
Yes, the child's words are true. I should tend to my offspring and love them the way I wish the world would. I suppose not all things can be won through force and acts of extreme and terrific monster violence. Sometimes you must win the world of acts of extreme and terrific monster love.
Exactly.
Art's gonna pat him on the shoulder, giving a knowing nod.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, we do have a couple ideas.
Okay. Lay them on me.
Now, one of the big problems, and I literally mean the problem is that they are big, with the Tarrasque is they're so big that they are constantly hungry and they cannot find enough food. Did you know they dug up and ate an entire sleeping behemoth?
I did. That was really cool. But also probably not great for the ecosystem.
No, and they've eaten every big sea, swimming thing in the lake, so that's going to be a problem. But what about, we shrink it, so it's still going to be big, maybe even just the size of a regular Paluda dragon. But
well, it'd be less impressive, but If it gives it a
More
better quality of
sustainable.
life, I suppose.
And even at the reduced size, its armor is still going to be so powerful.
And I'll take care of it and pet it every day. Okay.
He really likes being
trying
petted.
to. He looks at the at Martha. Are you just trying to adopt my monster? Yeah.
No, it's already happened.
She
was feeding it and keeping it away from
my monster?
Castle Brioche for a while.
Yeah. He's big and he's fluffy and he's got a good heart. And Barbarin's, downcast face turns into a genuine little smile. You like my monster?
What?
You damaged your throat, and the microphone didn't even pick it up.
Oh, happy day! This is all I wanted! Did that work?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
finally! Someone who appreciates my creations!
Maybe instead of being the Mad Monster Mage, you can be the Merry Monster Mage now.
The Merry Monster Magician, yes!
I can't think of another word that was, M.
Well, it works.
Oh, one thing you should know, next time you go meet the Tarrasque, tell it pumpernickel.
Is that its favorite food? No. Okay.
If you were still going to be mean to
drink Carcolgon as well. I mean, he also eats a lot.
Well,
to be quite frank, I'm kind of sick of footing that food bill.
What were you going to say, Flavian?
Oh, yeah, that'd be for the best.
They'd probably be much happier if they didn't have to starve for most of their lives.
Then we shall work upon a spell to shrink my monsters to a manageable size.
Oh, goddamn, that was freaking easy.
Yeah, I was a little annoyed when you guys came in here with the fake candygram thing and then had a small child yell at me for a long period of time, but I think ultimately in the end this was working out really well for all of us.
I do have candy in my pocket, and it's not fairy candy.
I'll take that.
I'll share my candy.
I'll sort of hang out for a moment, catch your breaths, in Barbarin's horrifying lava fortress. The more I think about it, the more I realize making giant monsters to terrorize people for not appreciating my monsters was something of an overreaction.
You know what they say, hindsight is perfect.
Yeah. What's going on out there? There's a lot of soldiers in red wandering around everywhere.
Oh, yeah, that's what Art, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's my bit. There's another fucking goblin war going on.
Oh, what did those little goblins do to deserve any of this?
Nothing. Sir Garston II is a bit of a bastard.
Oh, yes, the Garstons. Always killing those lovely dragons. Sure, it gives plenty of parts for magicians like me to work with, but at what cost?
Yeah. So, we're passing the word around. There is a resistance force going on. We may or may not have implicated you against the army, but I kind of figured since they were trying to kill the Tarrasque and we stopped that, you wouldn't be too upset.
They were the ones trying to kill my lovely Tarrasque?
Yes, we helped scare them off.
They are in for a reckoning. The monster magician will be mad again!
Now, do want to warn you that would mean that you are... There's an enemy of an enemy situation, because if they are your enemy, they are also the enemy of the Bluches.
He looks at Martha, who gives him a very stern look. I suppose I've realized the error of my grudge against the Bluches, so that's fine.
And
I mean,
honestly,
she's really cool about monsters.
Yeah, and it might be a good way, if you help, if you help with this, the war effort, it might go a long way of, saying, my bad or sorry.
Also a good way to show, hey, look how cool my monsters are. They're helping you.
Yeah, because I mean, just imagine how amazed they would be if you had monsters helping build things rather than destroy.
What an even better way to humiliate the Bluche family. Not by destroying them with my monsters, but by saving them with them. Then they'll see that I was right.
The ultimate victory is proving how weak they were without you, right?
Yes, and how much cooler monsters are.
There we go.
We always need to do that.
Yes! But don't hurt the monsters. Right, don't hurt the monsters. Treat them nicely. I will treat the monsters nicely, yes. Give them pets. You can give them pets. No, you gotta give them pets too. You made them. All right.
They're nice to give pets to.
Buck glances at the giant stone. I was like, that might be a little sticky. But she doesn't say it, just thinking that.
Give them pets! And Barbaran sighs, floats over, and pets Karkolgon. Oh, that's nice. His hand is indeed sticky when he comes back.
Mm-hmm. And Duck, just to the rest of them, since they can't understand Karkolgon's, does not have the accent you would expect.
I didn't expect him to be so pleasant either, but I'm glad he is.
All right.
There's a 50-50 shot in my book.
And so, having dodged all 3 combat encounters I had planned for this, if there's anything you guys want to do before we wrap up, do so. Otherwise, we're going to call it a wrap here.
I'm going to... Oh, is this a, interlude? Because I definitely want to boost my bond with Martha after that to add admiration.
I will allow you guys an interlude scene where you rest at Barbaran's abode.
Nice.
I'm also going to do that.
Yeah,
might be able to discuss the ritual idea with him.
Yeah, you can, and we can say you pitch the ritual idea to shrink the monsters. God, I am full of fun.
Because he would definitely know better on what would be required for such a spell or ritual.
Yeah.
And like would say, we're definitely happy to help in whatever way we can,
I will say, with Barbaran on board, you can take the cost of the ritual and have it.
Okay.
And maybe lower the DC by 2.
Nice. Well, that would make it more manageable. Because at half of 150, if that's what it would be, Duck would be able to cast that. She would be able to afford that if it was halved, because she has 81 MP.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And the DC would be lowered by 2, so it's more likely to actually work.
Yeah. And especially if other people are helping. Like if Flavin wants to get in on this.
It looks like from the rules for rituals, you can actually support even for the group check, even if you don't have rituals yourself.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you're all getting in on the summoning circle or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just need people to stand around the circle holding candles. Sorry, what was that, Flavin?
Oh, I didn't say anything else.
Okay.
So then everyone could help in on the check. We want to just do that,
Yeah, sure.
Like we summon back the Tarask or we could try it on Karkolgan first.
Yeah.
well,
Honestly, I'm gonna allow you to do both of them in one go, for the same price that you would for one.
Okay, yeah, and this would probably have to take a few days because Duck would have to rest after that comet, unless she was able to rest since then.
Yeah, you'll get a full rest. Like you could we can just say that you take the time that you need at Barbarance.
Wait for the Tarask to get here and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Does he have any other cool monsters around that might like being petted in the meantime?
Just Karkolgan at the moment.
And just so an extreme potency for a large creature or a giant creature. So that'd be 75 MP at a 14 difficulty.
What's the consequence if we fail?
You lose all that MP, and the spell doesn't work.
It gets even bigger.
Maybe if you did a crit fail, that would be it. But it's basically just that you'd have to try again later.
Yeah. What would everyone else contributing, would that help lower it?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think everyone else contributing would basically make it a group check, so they would have to roll the same magic check that you're doing and would just get 10.
Yeah.
Each success that they would do would add to the roll.
Do we want to do this now, or
let's do it now? Let's get this shit taken care of. We ended with enough time to do it.
Okay, so
checking
for a chimeric ritual. Both rituals that Duck can do, they both are willpower and insight.
Willpower and insight. Okay.
I mean, I guess it's up to TT. Like, would it be individually how people would contribute, or would they have to follow the same kind of ritual?
Follow the same kind of ritual. You're doing the lead. They have to do a willpower.
Although you did say we could
check.
combine different rituals. So if you have a different type of ritualism, and
if you have your own ritual magic or your own magic checks, they function with your own way. We could say you can do it that way.
As you said, Flavian had spiritism, right?
Which is the same insight willpower anyway. So.
Yeah. Most rituals are insight willpower. Although chimerism can be might or willpower.
Another thing with group checks, I wanted to double check. So we're supporting you. Whichever successful supporting person that has the highest bond, you also get to add that highest bond to your roll. So you get a +3, I assume, we're all at this point.
Yeah, everyone in the party is at 3.
Yeah, so as long as at least one of us succeeds, that's a +4 for you, just from that one person.
Nice. Okay. Well,
so everyone rolls, then I roll.
Yeah, see if you get what you get. Insight, willpower.
And what are we rolling to help?
Insight and willpower.
Insight, willpower. Okay. I said it as soon as you said that, so I was like, oh, that's probably what I should be rolling.
Grugan did it.
Grugan's used to feeling big. Grugan is insight.
0.
What?
It's bad.
So,
you get
that's
+4 bonus.
Oh no, I'm going to re-roll that. Do you think it would be worth it to re-roll both with a Fabula point?
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
We'll try
yeah.
Let's do it again.
Wait, what do you need to get? You just need to get a 14.
I believe so.
You just need one more point.
Yeah, why not just use the fabulous point to invoke?
Well, that has the +4 on it already. I put
I see.
+4 to that. I rolled a 1 and a 4. That's what I mean.
I see. Okay, that explains it. Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Doubles.
There we go.
There we go.
14, exact. Duck forces the honk out of her ear when mid-ritual is like, "No, fuck off."
All right. You shrink the Karkolgon and the Tarask both to a far more manageable, like, small barn size.
Nice.
In the process, they alter a bit. The Tarask loses one pair of arms, but is still the cuddly little rapscallion that we know and love. Where's my artwork for that fucker? Just far more manageable. Martha squeals and hugs the Tarask, which nuzzles her back. And Varbrant looks on and wipes a tear and says, "Finally, someone loves my monsters as much as I do." And so you close out the Monster Magician arc of Currents of War. Next time, we're heading to Nain Rouge.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, and if I recall correctly, there was some bad news coming from Nain Rouge.
Yes, there was. But look how much progress we have made.
Yeah, goddamn.